الحكيم. قالوا لنا إسرافيل ميكائيل، عظا لنا جبرائيل.
لا إله إلا الله.
يا الله أرحمنا، واحفظ من عدونا، زين في لساننا.
لا إله إلا الله.
الله أكبر، الله أكبر، إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. الله أكبر، الله أكبر، إنه هو التواب الرحيم. الله أكبر، الله أكبر، وهدى والبشرى للمؤمنين. الله أكبر، الله أكبر، إنك أنت السميع العليم. واعلم إن الله عزيز الحكيم.
لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر، محمد رسول الله، يا حبيب الله.
إبراهيم خليل الله، إسماعيل ذبيح الله، علم علي خلق الله.
لا إله إلا الله.
ونوح مع أهله، واستوت على الجود، ما كان يقوله.
لا إله إلا الله.
الله أكبر، الله أكبر، إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. الله أكبر، الله أكبر، إنه هو التواب الرحيم. الله أكبر، الله أكبر، وهدى والبشرى للمؤمنين. الله أكبر، الله أكبر، إنك أنت السميع العليم. واعلم إن الله عزيز الحكيم.
Attention to all students, we will start our event soon. Please be prepared. Make sure to keep your phone on silent mode, sit properly, and reduce movements.
Cubaan suara. Okay. Cubaan suara, cubaan suara. Cubaan suara. Cubaan suara. Cubaan suara. Cubaan suara.
Brothers and sisters, please rise.
إخوتي وأخواتي نرجو منكم القيام.
Announcing the arrival of Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rector of International Islamic University Malaysia, accompanied by distinguished guests.
نعلن بحضور بروفيسور إميريتوس تان سري داتو زولكفلي عبد الرزاق رئيس الجامعة الإسلامية العالمية ماليزيا، ويرافقه الضيوف الكرام.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, please remain standing. Let us begin our ceremony with the recitation of Asma'ul Husna, Malaysia National Anthem, and IIUM song.
سادتي وسيداتي، إخوتي وأخواتي، من فضلكم ابقوا قائمين لنبدأ مراسمنا بإنشاد أسماء الله الحسنى، ويليه النشيد الوطني ثم نشيد الجامعة.
نسألك يا من هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الرحمن الرحيم الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر الخالق البارئ المصور الغفار القهار الوهاب الرزاق الفتاح العليم القابض الباسط الخافض الرافع المعز المذل السميع البصير الحكم اللطيف الخبير الحليم العظيم الغفور الشكور العلي الكبير الحفيظ المقيم الحسيب الجليل الكريم الرقيب المجيب الواسع الحكيم الودود المجيد الباعث الشهيد الحق الوكيل القوي المتين الولي الحميد المحسن المبدع المعين المحيي المميت الحي القيوم الواجد الماجد الواحد الصمد القادر المقتدر المقدم المؤخر الأول الآخر الظاهر الباطن الوالي المتعالي البر التواب المنتقم الغفور رؤوف مالك الملك ذو الجلال والإكرام المقسط الجامع الغني المغني المانع الضار النافع النور الهادي البديع الباقي الوارث الرشيد الصبور الذي ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير اللهم صل أفضل الصلاة على أسعد المخلوقات كسيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم عدد معلوماتك ومداد كلماتك كلما ذكرك ذاكرون وغفل عن ذكره
Let's lead the way, light in the future, share the wisdom to the spirit of Islam. Revelation and reason, shall prevail. Merging faith and knowledge, we the Khalifa, we will fulfill.
Distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, you may be seated.
ضيوفنا الأفاضل، إخوتي وأخواتي، تفضلوا بالجلوس.
May we have your attention, please? This is a public safety announcement. You are now in Al-Khawarizmi Hall. Upon the sound of the fire alarm or an evacuation order has been issued, please evacuate the building immediately. Emergency situations can be triggered by the presence of possible danger such as fire and natural disaster. This hall has 9 main emergency exits. The first emergency, please take a moment to locate the nearest exit to you. During the evacuation process, please remain calm and walk to the nearest exit accordingly. For faster and safer evacuation process, please refrain from talking and running. Once you are outside the building, please proceed to the nearest assembly point and wait for further instructions. Thank you for your attention. This message is brought to you by Center for Foundation Studies, IIUM. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. First and foremost, let us begin our ceremony with the recitation of Kitab Al-Fatiha. Amin ya Rabbal Alamin. Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rector of International Islamic University Malaysia, Professor Dr. Ahmad Faris Ismail, Deputy Rector Academic and Industrial Linkages, Associate Professor Dr. Zulkifli Hassan, Deputy Rector Student Development and Community Engagement, Professor Dr. Ahmad Hafiz bin Zulkifli, Deputy Rector Responsible Research and Innovation, Professor Dr. Khawarizmi bin Yunus, Campus Director IIUM Kuantan, Tuan Haji Murshid bin Kasim, Dean, Center for Foundation Studies IIUM, Director, Deputy Deans, Heads of Department, Principals of Mahalla, Brothers and Sisters.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rais Al-Jami'ah Al-Islamiyah Al-Alamiyah Malaysia. Professor Dr. Ahmad Faris Ismail, Naib Rais Al-Akademiyah Wal-Rawabit As-Sinaiyah. Associate Professor Dr. Zulkifli Hassan, Naib Rais Tanmiyat Al-Tullab wa Irtibat Al-Mujtama'. Professor Dr. Ahmad Hafiz Zulkifli, Naib Rais Al-Bahth wal-Ibtikar Al-Mas'ul. Profesor Dr. Khawarizmi bin Yunus, Mudir IIUM Kuantan. Tuan Haji Murshid bin Kasim, Amid Markaz Dirasat Al-Asasiyah IIUM. المدير نواب العمداء رؤساء الأقسام ومدراء سكن طلبة الجامعة وأخيرا وليس بآخر إخوتي وأخواتي الأعزاء السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Ahlan wa sahlan to the welcoming and Baiah ceremony for the Ta'aruf Week session 2020-2021, and welcome to the Center for Foundation Studies IIUM. I am Nur Fariha binti Ramli,
وأنا عمار بن عدلان,
would be the MC for this Baiah ceremony.
سأكون رئيس الجلسة لحفل البيعة.
All praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Lord, the Creator and the Sustainer of the universe, for allowing us to gather here today to witness the welcoming and Bai'ah ceremony for the new students session 2020-2021. Ladies and gentlemen, throughout the duration of the Ta'aruf Week, we are able to gain a lot of information and experiences after 10 days of Ta'aruf activities. Here we are, being part of the prestigious Bai'ah ceremony as the highlight for the closing of the Ta'aruf program session 2020-2021. For your information, this Bai'ah session is also being broadcasted live on YouTube for those who are not in this hall today.
الحمد لله الخالق ورب العالمين على أن يعطي لنا هذه الفرصة العظيمة للاجتماع هنا في هذا اليوم لنشهد مراسم الاستقبال للطلاب الجدد وحفل البيعة لبرنامج التعارف لعام 2020-2021. وطول هذه الفترة تمكنا من جني الكثير من الفوائد والخبرات المثمرة. وبعد 10 أيام من مراسمنا، ها نحن الآن في حفل البيعة لبرنامج التعارف، وهي ذروة مرموقة في مراسم استقبال لهذا العام. ولمعلوماتكم، سيتم بث مباشر لحفل البيعة على منصة يوتيوب لأولئك الذين ليسوا هنا ولم يقدروا على الحضور لسبب الظروف والحظر الصحي.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, to gain barakah from Allah, let us listen to the Quran recitation by Brother Mahfuz Izzuddin bin Muhammad Nazir, Suratul Alaq, verse 1 until 19.
سادتي وسيداتي، إخوتي وأخواتي، دعونا نستمع الآن إلى آيات من الذكر الحكيم، وندعو الأخ محفوظ إزودين بن محمد نازر ليتلو علينا آيات من سورة العلق من الآية الأولى حتى الآية 19. فليتفضل مأجورا.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم كلا إن الإنسان ليطغى أن رآه استغنى إن إلى ربك الرجعى أرأيت الذي ينهى عبدا إذا صلى أرأيت إن كان على الهدى أو أمر بالتقوى ألم يعلم بأن الله يرى كلا لئن لم ينته لنسفعا بالناصية ناصية كاذبة خاطئة فليدع ناديه سندع الزبانية كلا لا تطعه واسجد واقترب صدق الله العظيم.
Thank you, Brother Mahfuz Izzuddin, for the beautiful recitation.
شكرا جزيلا محفوظ إزودين على تلاوته العطرة.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, with much honor, I would like to call upon Tuan Haji Murshid bin Qasim, Dean, Center for Foundation Studies IIUM, to deliver his welcoming remark. Please welcome.
سادتي وسيداتي إخوتي وأخواتي، الآن نتشرف بدعوة صاحب السعادة توان هاجي مرشد بن قاسم عميد مركز الدراسات الأساسية لإلقاء كلمته الترحيبية، فليتفضل مشكورا.
شكرا جزيلا وجزاكم الله خيرا كثيرا الرئيس ورئيسة البرنامج. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillahilladzi bini'matihi tatimmus solihat. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajma'in. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billah al-aliyyil azim. Profesor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rector, International Islamic University Malaysia. Profesor Dr. Kamuzaman bin Yunus, Campus Director IIUM Kuantan. Profesor Dr. Ahmad Faris Ismail, Deputy Director Academic and Industrial Linkages. Associate Professor Dr. Zulkifli Hassan, Deputy Director Student Development and Community Engagement. Professor Dr. Ahmad Hafiz Zulkifli, Deputy Director Responsible Research and Innovation. Deputy Deans, Directors, Head of Departments, Principal, Fellows, staff, and students, Ta'aruf Committee, and most importantly, my dear brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, banin wa banat, ikhwah wa akhawat, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First and foremost, let us together be thankful to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala by saying Alhamdulillah. Thumma Alhamdulillah. For His blessing and willingness, we are able to be here today in this Al-Khawarizmi hall. For selected few and the rest who are following through live streaming, to witness this auspicious and memorable occasion of Baiah ceremony of our new intake students session 2020-2021. A ceremony of which would mark the beginning of new life with new routine, a new beginning with new challenges and opportunities, an occasion which would formally admit you to become part and parcel of CIF IUM family and community. On behalf of the Center for Foundation Studies IIUM, allow me to take this opportunity to welcome all of you. Selamat datang, ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bikum jami'an to CFS IUM Gambang, Pahang. Gerbang ke Taman Ilmu dan Budi, a gateway to the gardens of knowledge and virtue, or in Arabic, Babul lil Bustan wal Fadilah. Babul Bustanul Ilmu wal Fadilah. Tahniah, Syabas, congratulations, and a round of applause to all of you. On having secured your place at CFS and for having the good sense to choose to study in this center. Truly, I am excited to see the faces of every one of you here who seem to be driven by enthusiasm and who seem to be admittedly energetic in opening a new chapter of your life as students of CIF IIUM. In fact, you are among fortunate few out of 62,000 here. My dear brothers and sisters, banin wa banat, ikhwah wa akhawat. For your information, this Center for Foundation Studies was established in July 1985. Since then, it has gone through several changes in its campus until we finally landed here, campus of our own. Physically as well as spiritually, CFS has undergone a lot of developments to meet its core philosophy, aspiration, vision, and missions as set by the university. In realizing these philosophies, aspirations, vision, and missions, the university intends to create graduates with multiple facets of character. And this comes with instilling our students with knowledge, virtue, akhlaq, and the good understanding of the Islamic culture. All these elements, although at its foundation core, will have to be discovered and developed by students themselves. The center shall do its best in providing the means to achieving and discovering these elements through various events and activities at the Mahallah and our campus as a whole. Insan Sejahtera module that have been shared with you recently during the face-to-face ta'aruf session with your respective Naqib and Naqibah, which are our own staff. Actually, it's a good start for you to further explore the purpose and responsibility of being students, of the center. My dear brothers and sisters, one of the purposes of the establishment of CFS is to prepare students for their admission to the undergraduate program offered by the university. The center puts the student at the center of everything it does. Your experience here and your success to meet the requirements for admission to various programs of your choice at the university level is very important to each and every member of staff who work here. Your arrival at CFS marks a chapter in the story of your life. And while you are here, you will have the opportunity to learn new things, acquire new knowledge, develop new skills, and enhance your personal attributes in profound way that will equip yourself for the undergraduate studies. At the same time, you will make new friends with whom you will share memories at your CFS days for many years to come. My dear brothers and sisters, in this occasion, I would like to take opportunity to share again with you on the vision and mission of the university. That this university is built upon the belief that knowledge must be pursued as an ibadah. And knowledge is considered as an amanah which Allah has placed upon mankind. Thus, knowledge pursuit should lead us towards the recognition of Allah as the absolute creator, cherisher and sustainer of the universe, yani Rabbul Alameen. And this philosophy is actually based on the first five verses as recited by our brother just now in Surah Al-Alaq, or chapter 96, verse 1 to 5. Thus, the vision of IIUM is that it aims at becoming a leading international center of educational excellence which seeks to restore the dynamics and progressive roles of Muslim Ummah in all branches of knowledge. This could be achieved by following missions known as triple ICE, or integrations, Islamizations, internalizations, and comprehensive excellence, which can be understood as Insan Sejahtera, insyaAllah. So my dear respected brothers and sisters, in your journey for the quest of knowledge here, I wish to share a number of advice with you. Firstly, take responsibility for your learning. Up to now, most of your learning and indeed your life has been very structured. But now you are entering the less structured environment where you will have greater freedom and the responsibilities that come with that. You will now be expected to be more self-reliant. You are responsible for what you do, for ensuring that you do the work that will be required of you. There will be no one to check up on you. You are accountable to yourself. Make sure you attend your lectures, labs, and tutorials, that you do the assignments and read the material advised by your lecturers and teachers. Ensure that you make enough time for private study. Develop a study plan. Go to the library. Use the online learning resources. And while we expect you to assume a new level of responsibility, please realize that you are not alone. If you find things difficult, do not run away. Seek help. Part of being responsible for yourself is recognizing when you need the support of others. Talk to people. Talk to your classmates, your roommates, your friends, or the student representative committee at the mahalla and the center level. We know that peer support contributes hugely to student success. And I also want you to know that there are ample support services available surrounding you. Contact your head of department, principal, fellow, academic advisor, lecturer, or tutor. Get the right advice from the right person. And don't forget, as well as the important support that is provided by the Health and Wellness Center, CFS Clinic, the counseling services, the welfare unit, CFS Mosque, and the like. Find out more about it and get involved in the activities. Most importantly, understand that while we expect our students to become safe, secondly, my second advice, make the most of your time at CFSS. One of the great things about CFS life is the range of new experiences that you will be able to acquire. CFS is a fertile ground to develop and add values to yourself. You will have ample opportunities to flourish as student, as person, and most importantly, as Muslim and Muslimah. At CFS, many of the opportunities are built into the academic program, while others are extracurricular activities. Besides formal classes and lectures, activities like study circle, usrah, ibadah camp, CFS festival, sport carnival, and the like are among platforms to enhance your talents and creativity and further develop your skill. And while you are here, I would like to urge you to join one or more of many clubs and societies available on campus. Why not try something you haven't had the opportunity to do before? You will also have the opportunity to give back to the community, to assist those less fortunate than yourself, like CSR program or community services program with orang asli and nearby community. Getting involved with all this helps your learning process, inshallah. And my third and last advice, embrace differences. CFS is a melting pot. You have come from different educational backgrounds and states to pursue your ambitions as students here. In a large institution like CFS, it can be tempting and appealing to stick and be close with those that you are familiar with. But it would be a lost opportunity to stick with your own circle all the time. Thus, embrace difference. Get to know people who are different to you. It could be someone from a different part of the country who has different views to you, or who has different interests and perspectives. You might or you might not change as a person by embracing difference, but you will get a better understanding both of yourself and of those as a person by embracing difference, but you will get a better understanding both of yourself and of those who are different to you. Knowing others, understanding others will help you to develop and also as tolerant individuals. And in relation to this, I would like you to refer to one of the ayat in the Quran where Allah mentioned, A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim, Inna khalaqnakum min dzakarin wa unsa wa ja'alnakum syu'uban wa qabaila lita'arafu. Inna akramakum indallahi atqakum. Brothers and sisters, to conclude my speech, I hope that the upcoming years you have in CFS IIUM would be an enjoyable one, as much as it should be a beneficial one. Learn, explore, and create memories so that you'll be able to write good chapters for your upcoming years, so that you'll be able to construct a strong foundation for your life. Again, welcome to CFS IIUM. Let us work hand in hand under the spirit of ta'awanu 'alal birri wat taqwa wa la ta'awanu 'alal itsmi wal 'udwan, yakni to create bi'ah solehah in this campus and conducive environment for teaching and learning activities where future leaders and torch bearers of the ummah are molded and groomed. Please take care of your health, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic, and remember to practice cleanliness. Always and try your best to obey instructions, observe the SOPs imposed, istiqamah, or having integrity in translating instructions into practice, and discipline yourself during this period and beyond, inshallah. Finally, I want to thank all invited guests, especially Tan Sri Rector and members of the university management, for your presence to grace and witness this event. The Ta'aruf committee, staff and students who work days and nights, and those who involved directly or indirectly and working around the clock to make sure the Ta'aruf program happened and ran smoothly, especially during this challenging situation, and for making this Baiah ceremony possible. Wa akhiran aqulu qawli hadza wa astaghfirullah li wa lakum. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Tuan Haji Murshid, for the wonderful remark.
شكرا صاحب السعادة توان حجي مرشد على كلماته المحفزة.
Without further ado, we would like to respectfully invite the Honorable Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rector of International Islamic University Malaysia, to deliver his embracing speech. Please welcome.
وبدون إضاعة الوقت فإننا بكل فخر واعتزاز ندعو صاحب الفضل Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak, رئيس الجامعة الإسلامية العالمية ماليزيا لإلقاء كلمته الافتتاحية، فليتفضل مشكورا.
Terima kasih. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu asyrafil anbiya mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. La haula wala quwwata illa billah. Yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Khawarizmi bin Yunus, Campus Director IIM Kuantan. Yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Ahmad Faris Ismail, Deputy Director Academic and Industrial Linkages. Yang berbahagia Associate Professor Dr. Zulkifli Hasan, Deputy Director Student Development and Community Engagement. Yang berbahagia Professor Dr. Ahmad Hafiz Zulkifli, Deputy Director Responsible Research and Innovation. Yang berusaha Tuan Haji Murshid Kasim, Dean Center for Foundation Studies, Deputy Deans, Director, Heads of Department, Principal, fellow students, brothers and sisters, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Foremost, praise to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for making this possible, meeting you in person in this particular auspicious and august hall, and also the rest of you who I'm told is on the virtual sort of online system. We're indeed very happy and very delighted to welcome you to the larger family of IIUM, and also hoping that you'll be receiving the best that there is as far as university is concerned. We would like to congratulate you for your effort in applying to this university and also making it here after so many other applications that were rejected by the university. I tend to relate this as though to people who are allowed to go for Hajj. Yeah? It's a very privileged group to be in this circle of people in IIUM, and I hope you will treasure this experience with us for the years to come as long as you are here. The university is not an ordinary university. This university is exceptional, this university is distinctive, and we have proven it recently when we were recognized by a world-renowned body like the United Nations and UNESCO. This university takes pride of what it does, and therefore we urge you to take pride at the same time when you are here in the university to be whatever you want to be, that the university will allow you to do so. We also would like to congratulate your parents, your next of kin, the people who have made it possible for you to step in this August campus and make it possible for you also, inshallah, to graduate from this university. Brothers and sisters, this is an occasion for me to celebrate, and I'm sure you will celebrate as well. It marks a departure from the various years that we have been running a takruf. For the first time, I think the takruf this year has been modulated, tailor-made, so that you will have a better experience for the university, given the kind of challenges, given the kind of changes that we have seen around the world today. You are one of those who will meet these challenges right on, head on, because we find that this is something that we must do to prepare you for the future. The things that I'm talking about is basically the environment you are in. I felt a little bit awkward when I have to speak to a group of students with their mouth closed. In universities, we want to have your mouth open all the time, because that is the way we communicate, that is the way we deliver knowledge, and that is the way we also disseminate. So I hope it is symbolic. Closing this mouth does not mean that we're going to keep quiet, we're going to be silent over the things that's happening around us. But indeed, this COVID-19 brings a lot of lessons to us. And one of those lessons is for us to work together in a kind of a social solidarity, that we are one and we look after each other. I think that's a very important message for this university. Although without the COVID, we have been practicing that for a long time. Islam encourages us to work together, to close our rank, to build the ummah together. But COVID re-emphasized that again and again. And therefore, I would like to bring it to you that here we are as a larger family. We need to work together. We need to solve our problem together. We need to make things happen together. And I hope this idea of social solidarity, bonding with one another, is something that you want to do first and foremost when you are in university. Certainly, this university has been practicing social distancing for a long time when COVID hits us. But social distancing means we want to just break the transmission chain of the virus between us. Otherwise, we are one solid ummah, and we live together and suffer together and also enjoy or rejoice together from whatever we do. So that is the environment that you are in today. And that environment will also emphasize a number of new habits that we may have forgotten somehow along the line. The word COVID will remind you at least 5 things. One is about maintaining cleanliness. We need to remain clean all the time. We Muslims are encouraged to be clean all the time, and that cleanliness cannot be forsaken, because this cleanliness will be one of the ways to cut off the transmission of the COVID virus. And this cleanliness means throughout, not only in your private moments, in the toilets or in the bathroom, but in throughout things that you do, that you want to keep it clean and as clean as possible. Number two, when you talk about O, it talks about observing and be obedient to the rules and regulation that we have placed for you. Because these rules and regulation are meant for us to be vigilant, which is the V that we talked about, so that we again can be spared from this transmission or infection of the virus around us. I would mean integrity, the kind of reporting that you need to do. If you have a high temperature, if you see symptoms of somehow, you need to be open to us and approach us so that we can help you and we can also help the rest of your friends around you. I also mean istiqamah, that you need to stay true to what we have been doing as far as the university is concerned, again, in the context of COVID-19. D is most important, whether there is COVID or not. It is about discipline. This university emphasizes discipline to the letter. We believe a good Muslim is a disciplined Muslim in all dimensions, not only academic affairs, but also socially, morally, and the rest of it. And this discipline will help us to find a better prospect for the future and also to keep this university clean as much as possible. You are lucky. You are in Pahang. Our campus, Kuantan, is nearby. They have been doing tremendously good work during the COVID period of March until today. And I want you to give them a round of applause for what they've been doing. The frontliners have been working very hard to ensure that the university remains green. We have not been affected by major issues of COVID infection, and that allows us to welcome you into this campus because the campus has remained clean and green. And I hope you will help us to keep in that status so that this university will also be known and reputable as far as healthcare is concerned. It is one of the targets that I hope we will meet together. The environment you are in often is said as the garden of knowledge and virtue. Often when people come to campus, they are awed by the buildings that they see, the kind of structures that is afforded for them, be it the library, be it the labs, or even your hostel itself. Indeed, they are nice, particularly this campus, which is new and brand new. But I do not want you to miss campus as a whole in its ecological environment context, because it has a special meaning to the university. It is called a garden because we celebrate diversity in a garden. From a different background, socially, economically, or otherwise, and we respect those backgrounds. And we want you to also respect those backgrounds regardless from where you are from. Some of you may be fortunate to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth, but some of us may not be. But that doesn't mean that you're two different people. You are the same people celebrating the same diversity. I think this is important for the university because knowledge flourishes in diversity. When knowledge becomes dimension, we find that knowledge will often fail. A mono-dimension is not a garden, but more of a plantation. You go to a palm oil plantation, you see the same trees line up. You go to any plantation, a rubber tree plantation will be also the same thing. We are not a plantation, we are indeed a garden, and therefore diversity becomes an important value for you to hold. It also means that although you are a science student, perhaps you may want to diverse yourself into other areas and discipline. Certainly in the Islamic areas, we all want to be quite competent about it, but other areas at the same time, be it arts, be it culture, be it whatever it is that brings you that diversity so that your mind opens up like a flower that blooms, so that you become a better person, so that you can articulate many other things that other people will probably not be able to articulate. Indeed, this is Islamic in its way, because when you look So there's so many Islamic scholars, all of them have got this diversity in them. So I want you to think about this. Don't be so nerdy in the sense that just know what you want to know because you want to, score an A or whatever it is, which is important, but with diversity, you can also do that, and in fact, very much so. And therefore, that's a knowledge part. We want to see you blossom like a tree, which is always above the ground. When you admire those trees, you see anything that's above the ground. But don't forget, the tree will not grow until and unless there is a deep-seated root under the ground, which we normally do not see. We take for granted that the tree grow on its own. But be mindful that the roots under the ground is the one that determines what sort of tree it is at the end of the day. And those roots is what we call virtue in this university. Until you hold on to a very disciplined, rigorous, and also strict virtues, you will not be able to withstand whatever challenges around us. At your age, I do understand, I was once young like you, we undergo a lot of changes, a lot of challenges, a lot of distraction around us. I think those are the ones that you need to be very careful about so that you make sure that you stay on course as far as this university is concerned, so that you meet your target, so that at the end of the day, you are also able to contribute to the university, if not the society at large. So I would like to remind you that the virtues, the values, and the principle that this university advocates is no compromise. If you break those rules, you'll have to pay for it. It's a kind of learning that will remind you those rules are important. We practice here what we call WFA, work for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not work from home, not work for somebody else, but work for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that means that you need to be vigilant all the time to make sure that you nurture the roots as you grow up into a kind of a tree that all of us can actually be proud of and share whatever bountiful that you provide for us at the end of the day. So when you talk about the garden of knowledge and virtue, when you see a tree around you in this campus, remind yourself that is one of the utmost covenant or amanah that you need to keep so that this university will be able to flourish together with you at the same time. We are in challenging time, as I've mentioned, but that challenges will give us a kind of a leadership criteria that other people would want to observe. There's not many universities which is Islamic in nature. In fact, that's the only university that is Islamic and also international in nature, and that is IIUM. And therefore, we become the focus of everybody else when it comes to challenges as far as education is concerned. And we need to lift up to those challenges, and I'm sure altogether we can lift up to the challenges and even more. Right? I've already seen this in the short period of time when you are here. I was given by my colleagues the kind of work that you do after the ta'aruf. I'm indeed very pleased to see some of them. One that strikes me immediately was a video that showed somebody do a sign language when we sing this song of ours, Let's Lead the Way. Today, as you see the video, for the first time, there is sign language embedded in the video, and that is because of your suggestion to us that we have missed for a long time. So thank you very much for reminding us. And indeed, that is a sort of relationship that we want to build with you. We know you are young, we know you are creative, we know you are enthusiastic, we know you are impatient. But all those are good criteria that will remind the university of who you are and where we want to be. The moment you open up, the moment you communicate with us, the moment you have this conversation and understand where we want to go together, the university can do a lot more with your help and your input. And therefore, you are here not just a student, you are here also as a member of this family of ours that has responsibility to tell the university where the university has gone wrong. The university is not a perfect organization. Like you, we are also human beings. Sometimes we make errors. When that errors need to be told, you come forward and tell us directly what is it that you are not comfortable with. But I would like to remind you, there's a decorum to this. Ada adab dalam hal ini. So don't use your social media to make complaints that will not embarrass us, but also embarrass you because you are part of this university. We were told in Islam that you don't want to embarrass other people in public. And I hope you will keep that also. If there's anything that you feel uncomfortable about, talk to brother, father, uncle, murshid, depending on who you are. Yeah, I'm sure he will listen to you. You come to Gambang. You come and see me or the deputy rectors there. Yeah, I really want you to be open, because these are days and age that we want to know what you think and what you want, so that we can have a dialogue, a conversation when the times permit. Sometimes we are too busy for you, but we will make time when the time allows us to do that. So thank you very much once again for speaking up, for telling us what you want, and I hope this is a new beginning for you to come to converse with us and make things happen as far as the university is concerned. Lastly, I would want to also urge you to look after this campus. One of the things that we are now trying to move forward in preparation of the 40th anniversary of the university in 2023, you will still be around, inshallah, yeah, is also to showcase our university as a university that is quite unique in its environment. And therefore, I would urge you to look after the university, the campus, as it were. It is a new campus. There are certain things that may not be up to standard. You might want to be mindful that some of the things could hurt you. So be careful as you walk around the campus. But if there's anything that you think that ought to be fixed, please again tell us so that we can do the needful quite quickly. Because the campus will be a place for you to spend time for the next 3 years or more, and then you go to another campus. Campus is part and parcel of your living area or living space. Unless we looked after the campus well, you will not be able to enjoy it. All right? So the campus is something that I want you to own it. It is not about the university looking after the campus or getting somebody else to clean the campus. I want you to be part and parcel of that practices to keep the campus clean and to keep it also in a pristine state. Imagine that if there are 30,000 of you, if one of you pick a piece of paper as you walk about, we probably do not have to hire anyone to clean the campus. If every one of you do that every day, we'll find that the campus will be spick and span. Treat this campus as your own, as though it's your own house, where you actually look after your own bedroom, you clean after your own toilet, and sweep the floor if you need to. Do the same thing here. This is not a hotel. This is not a resort. This is not a place where you enjoy and then you walk out. It's a place that we really want to look after together. And that is part of discipline. And that is part of education. In many developed countries, this is already part and parcel of their culture. In our country, we are struggling to do this, but certainly in IIUM, it has to be a culture because Islam advocates all this to us to take responsibility of our own environment and make it livable as much as possible. So during this particular period of time, you will listen to many jargons. Sustainable development is one of them. Yeah? Sustainable development goal is another. Insan Sejahtera has just been mentioned. Rahmatan lil Alamin is our quote-unquote spheres of working. Many other universities in Malaysia talks about just their own university or Malaysia at best. We talk about Rahmatan lil Alamin. We talk about the spheres of human being throughout the world, regardless who they are, where they are. And fortunately or unfortunately, some of them are staying in miseries, particularly the Muslim brothers. And therefore, we need to have the reach out of sympathy the empathy, to be compassionate with them so that we can also help them in whatever stature and whatever kind of help that we can bring to them. Don't forget them. Don't forget to make the dua for them, because they are also deserving in this context of reaching out and making them available whenever we have the time for them. So brothers and sisters, this university look forward to your participation, not just as a passive group of students. I want you to think that you are a future leaders, not just a graduate of university, IIUM. I want you to think as being innovators to make things happen around you better than you came here for. I want you also to be proud of yourself, your family, this university. And last but not least, be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because unless and until there's a blessing from Him, nothing else will work. Often He is forgotten in our busy schedule of trying to reach many things that is not, sometimes worthy of it. So think of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala often, say thanks, be grateful, inshallah, we will make it together. So once again, congratulations, welcome, and I hope you will have a pleasant stay in the university. I hope we will meet again sometimes, and I hope we can have this other conversation, inshallah. So wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak, for your inspiring speech.
شكرا صاحب الفضل Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak على كلماته المثيرة والمبهجة.
This is Muhammad Bruni, and this is his journey during the Ta'aruf Week. Welcome, Muhammad Bruni. You've completed your registration. Welcome to Center for Foundation Studies of IIUM. The tagline of IIUM is Iqra, Khalifa, Amana, and Rahmatan lil Alamin. As a student of CFS of IIUM, you have to achieve all this four along your Ta'aruf Week journey.
It's very hot today. If I would this plan, surely I would be thirsty too. What's wrong with this boy? Shouldn't he recycle this plastic bottle? What should I do? What does the letter really mean? Maybe I should
الله أكبر الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أكبر الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Ya Allah, please ease my new journey of seeking knowledge and be a Khalifah in this world.
Congratulations! You have achieved all these 4 criteria of IIUM students. This key is your amanah for you to open the door of the garden of knowledge and virtue. Please bring the key to the Al-Khawarizmi hall. Muhammad Bruni has gone through challenges in his journey of achieving the criteria without even realizing it, which the act of watering the plant portrays rahmatan lil alamin, and by throwing the rubbish in the bin shows that he can possess the knowledge well from reading the poster, and by Khalifa unable to accept his amanah. As a student and the Khalifa, we need to use the knowledge we gain as the amanah for us to benefit ourselves and contribute to the society.
I would like to invite Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak, accompanied by the honorable guests, to receive the golden key as a symbol of opening the gateway to the garden of knowledge and virtue for new students of CFS IIUM. Please welcome.
الآن نتشرف بدعوة بروفيسور إميريتس تنسري داتو زوكيفلي عبد الرزاق بمرافقة الضيوف الأفاضل لتسليم المفتاح الذهبي كرمز لفتح الباب إلى بستان العلم والفضيلة للطلاب الجدد في مركز الدراسات الأساسية.
I would like to invite the Baiah leader, Brother Irfan Qayyim bin Abdul Muhaimin, to go up our scroll.
نود أن ندعو قائد البيعة
Irfan Qayyim bin Abdul Muhaimin to go up on stage to receive the Baiah scroll.
نود أن ندعو قائد البيعة الأخ إرفان قيم بن عبد المهيمن ليصعد المسرح ويتسلم الورقة.
Distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, please rise.
الضيوف الأفاضل إخوتي وأخواتي نرجو منكم القيام.
We would like to invite all the VIPs to the front of the stage as well as the VVIPs on the stage to witness the Bai'ah ceremony.
نتشرف بدعوة الضيوف الكرام إلى أمام المسرح وكذلك الضيوف الأفاضل على المسرح ليشاهدوا حفل البيعة.
Brothers and sisters, we have finally reached the awaited session of today's event, which is the Baiah ceremony. This Baiah ceremony is mainly to proclaim the students as official CFS IIUM students. This Baiah will be led by Brother Irfan Qayyim bin Abdul Muhaymin.
إخوتي وأخواتي، الآن لقد وصلنا إلى الجلسة المنتظرة لليوم، وهو مراسم البيعة. إن هذا المراسم يهدف ليعلنكم كطلاب الجامعة الإسلامية العالمية الرسميين. سيتم مراسم البيعة بقيادة الأخ إرفان قيم بن عبد المهيمن.
We, students of the Center for Foundation Studies, International Islamic University, Malaysia, solemnly promise we shall the good name of the Center for Foundation Studies of the International Islamic University, Malaysia. Obey all the rules and regulations of the Center for Foundation Studies. Perform the 5 daily prayers and conduct ourselves in accordance with the teachings of Islam. Observe Islamic
regarding immoral behavior
and improper relations between males and females. Strive to the best of our ability to achieve the highest level of academic Islamic brotherhood,
the spirit of Islamic brotherhood
and cooperation among all students. Abide by all the laws of Malaysia. Up.
With utmost honor, we would like to invite the Honorable Rector to officiate the Bai'ah ceremony.
بكل شرف نود أن ندعو صاحب السعادة رئيس الجامعة ليفتتح مراسم البيعة.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I hereby proudly declare that all of you are now officially IIUM students. Congratulations. God bless.
Thank you to the Honorable Rector.
شكرا لصاحب السعادة رئيس الجامعة.
Distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, you may all be seated.
الضيوف الكرام، إخوتي وأخواتي، تفضلوا بالجلوس.
Now, prepare to be mesmerized by a multimedia presentation prepared by the organizing committee. Please enjoy.
الآن استعدوا لتكونوا متيمين بالعرض الخاص من اللجان التنفيذية. استمتعوا.
Believe, have faith, believe, have faith, stand strong to see, build your legacy. It's no coincidence, yet destiny. you're suffocating in a whole new normal. But have light and believe in Allah. The earth. Now is your time. Welcome to the gateway of the guardian of knowledge and virtue.
Before we end, I would like to invite Brother Muhammad Alif Haziq bin Muhammad Razmi to lead the dua recitation.
قبل أن نودعكم نود أن نستضيف الأخ محمد ألف حزيق بن محمد رزمي لقراءة الدعاء.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Allahumma ya Allah, ya Rahman, ya Rahim. On this blessed afternoon, in conjunction with the welcoming and Baiah ceremony, we beseech thee and grateful towards you in favor of all the infinite blessings to us, your humble servants, to live in safe and prosperous life. We seek your blessings for a flawless progress of this event from the beginning till the end. We seek your guidance to steer clear of events that would detrimental the progress of this event. Ya Latif, Ya Rahman, please bless us with your taufiq and hidayah. Please guide International Islamic University Malaysia to greatness, peace, glory, and prosperity in this world and hereafter. Make us a responsible intellectual. Grant us with a valuable knowledge that will be beneficial to mankind in order to gain your mardatillah. Make us your righteous servants that follow your commands and neglect the sinful act. O Allah, please forgive us for our wrongdoings. Ya Munzil al-Barakah, bestow peace to our beloved country, Malaysia. Preserve us from any threat and disaster, neither man-made nor natural disaster. And to you, Ya Allah, security and prosperity upon us, our leaders and our country. Bestow patience in us in order to face the challenges from you. Please accept our deeds and please reward us accordingly. Allahumma ja'al jam'ana hadha jam'an marhuma wa tafarruqana min ba'dihi tafarruqan ma'suma wa la taj'alillahumma fina wa la ma'ana wa la man yatba'una shaqiyyan wa la matrudan wa la mahruma. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adzaban nar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Thank you, Brother Muhammad Alif Haziq, for the recitation.
شكرا جزيلا للأخ محمد ألف هزيق على الدعاء.
Alhamdulillah, we have completed the Bai'ah ceremony for the Ta'aruf program session 2020-2021. On behalf of the organizing committees, I would like to take this opportunity to express our gratitude to Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Zulkifli Abdul Razak, Rector of International Islamic University Malaysia, for gracing our ceremony. We would also like to thank all parties involved for making this event a success, and we apologize for any shortcomings.
الحمد لله قد وصلنا إلى نهاية حفل البيعة لبرنامج التعارف لعام 2020-2021. ونيابة عن اللجان التنفيذية نود أن نعبر عن بالغ شكرنا وامتناننا لصاحب السعادة بروفيسور إميريتس تان سري داتو دكتور زولكيفلي عبد الرزاق رئيس الجامعة الإسلامية العالمية ماليزيا لتشريف هذا الحفل، وأيضا لضيوفنا الكرام وجميع الحضور الأعزاء. نعتذر منكم عن أي نقائص وخلال، ولكم منا كل الامتنان والعرفان. Thank you and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Dear honorable guests, before we leave, inshallah, we will have a photography session. I invite VVIPs to take place in front of the crowd. Students are requested to remain calm at your seats. Ada, tapi